special edition of the Newlywed Game. I'm Meredith, joined by my partner in crime, as always, Taylor. Taylor, what do you think about this special edition of the Newlywed Game?
You know, Meredith, I'm really excited about this, and this is truly a special edition. Typically we have the bride and groom in the same room at the same time, but we decided to put a twist on this and do this virtually. So today, for your viewing pleasure, we have Peter remotely, who's going to be answering some questions we feed to him, and Chandra will try and match those questions to his answers.
Let's not waste any time on this. Peter, are you tapped in? Peter? Oh, got it, okay. So, Peter, tell us the most embarrassing thing that Chandra does around the house.
Like, I've heard 2 toots out of her ever, maybe. But since we started living together, and I recognize her number 2 patterns more often than ever before, I've seen some shit crumbs in the toilet a number of times, and have called her out on that. So I would say shit crumbs in the toilet is up there.
Did I hear you right, Peter? Shit crumbs? Interesting. Is that a technical term? I'm not sure. Anyway, while we're on the topic of number 2s, let's go on to question 2. Taylor, what do you think?
Thanks, Meredith. Hey, Pete. So, what is your favorite thing about Chandra?
A lot of people say she doesn't really have much of an ass, but I love her ass.
Thanks, Pete. You're right. Baby Got Back was so 1992. FYI, Sir Mix-a-Lot, flat butts are the thing. Anyways, Peter, what is Chandra's favorite thing about you?
I like to be social and have a good time and hang out with friends and just generally have a good time.
So Shan, you really like that Peter likes to have a good time.
Genuinely a good time. Speaking of good times, where do you guys plan on traveling next?
Mini Moon is going to be in Madeline Island, so that may count. Official honeymoon, well, there's going to be Vermont, Connecticut. And then eventually official honeymoon, well, New York City in there as well. Eventually Hawaii, hopefully, or Central America.
T, did you catch that?
No. Anyways, Peter, what is your favorite thing to do together, besides whoopee?
Whoopie's a tough one to top. And we do call it whoopee, by the way. Whoopee. Probably going for a chill ride on our longboards, throwing on some skate shoes, and cruising around the park or the lakes, slingshotting each other.
I really like the skate and surf theme. Recently in an interview, we were able to catch up with Chandra herself and ask her what she enjoys doing on vacations. Check it out.
I want to go to a surf shop and buy some really cool sunglasses.
Thanks, Taylor. I love when we get raw footage like that. It's so authentic. Peter, back to you. What is Chandra's favorite musical artist?
Obvi B. Spears.
Speaking of music, does Chandra play any musical instruments?
I recently seen an amazing recording, a rendition of Mary Had a Little Lamb on a recorder.
Yes.
Is close to the skin flute. She's pretty good at that one too. She recently moved her electric guitar to the house and it's sitting in the basement, so I'm hoping soon she'll put on a little concert for me and sing some Tom Petty Free Falling, which was the only song she ever knew on her guitar apparently.
this raw footage we have of Chandra. Thank God it wasn't the skin flute. Anyways, back to basics. Peter, tell us, where was your first date and who made the first move?
The old Babalu, which is where Bar La Grassa is right now. And Shan claims I took her home and put the moves on her on my couch when we were watching a movie, and she was not expecting it at all. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. She probably had a few. While we're on the topic of alcohol, what is Chandra's favorite alcoholic beverage?
It could be across the board. It could be premium vodka on the rocks with some lime. Maybe a TVR, which I think are horribly disgusting, but her and Taylor discovered those in Australia when they were hanging out with a crackhead. And no, I'm gonna go with a Belvedere on the rocks with lime, extra lime, 3 of them.
Hey T, do you remember your first boyfriend?
I totally do. First boyfriends are the best.
Yeah.
I wonder if Peter knows who Chandra's first boyfriend is.
I don't think she dated anyone before me.
You love me, why did you leave me all alone? Now you tell me you need me, when you call me on the phone. Girl, I refuse, you must have me confused with some other guy. Your bridges go burn, now it's your turn to cry.
I don't think she dated anyone before me.
Are you sure about that, Peter? Next question. Who is your celebrity crush?
I'm gonna have to go with Blake Lively.
Pete, what's the first thing you do when you walk in the house after a long day at work?
Give Shan a kiss on the lamps.
Aww. What's the first meal you ever cooked for Chandra?
Maybe a chicken pesto pasta dish. Or, no, actually it might have been a shrimp saffron pasta dish. I don't know if that was one of the first ones though. Anyway, she loves my cooking and it helps me out in the bedroom.
All of those sound delicious. Well, let's talk about what happens after the meal. Peter, where's your favorite place to make whoopee?
I know Shan's is in the shower. Probably at her parents' house. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We haven't had sex at her parents' house. But it would be my favorite if we did pull it off. As long as Paul and Barb didn't wake up.
Sorry, Barb. Anyways, I think it's about time to wrap this game up. You know, I think this is one of the more fun games that we've ever had.
This was a really fun segment, Taylor. And you know, they got their answers pretty darn close every time. I think it's gonna work out between those two crazy cats.
I think so too, Mare. From all of us here at T&M Productions and for all of you sitting here today, we really appreciate your participation. Thanks to Peter and to you, Chandra. We wish you all the best, and we'll see you next time on The Newlywed Game. Bye-bye.